Achso, ja. Gut. Sehr schönes Spiel. Oh, mein Thron ist weg. Hallo, ich will doch nur einmal nach draußen gucken. Darf ich das nicht? Ja. Ja, jetzt kann ich auch hier lang. Da muss ich sogar hin. Na gut, dann. So, Shion, was liegt dir auf dem Herzen?
Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Renaissance. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegus. And the rest was... it was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Renis Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are you...
Don't. It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
Ach, Frau.
Kisara said she wanted everyone to meet at the castle entrance.
Ist hier noch irgendwas? Ah, hier war der Tisch. Da kommt die Platte runter. Frau Creepy. Kann man davon... Warum haben die überall Nähe drüber gelegt? Das ist doch nicht deren Ernst. Da ist noch was. Ich wusste es. Das ist eine Truhe.
Hey, Shion.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Ich stehe auf Schmerz.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand. Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay?
Ich hatte ja noch anderes vor dem letzten Fight. Die hab ich ja gar nicht angeguckt. Ups. geil, was das wäre. Die ganzen Effekten, so. Die Überbelichtung. Uiuiui. Nicht schlecht. Nicht Effekte können die Entwickler. Aber mit der Unreal Engine 4 kann man noch viel machen. So. Jetzt muss ich runter. So, Papa ist wieder da. Muss man nicht gehen. Großer Auftritt, richtig. Schade, keiner da. Mich wahrscheinlich auch porten können. Ah, wie gerecht muss man sein. Entschuldigung. Also so fickt man aber nicht, ne? Fräulein, wenn du keinen Bock hast zu arbeiten, kannst du auch gehen. Oder stell dich da hinten in die Ecke und bleib da, so lange wie ich sage. Ne? Ciao. Liebe Frau, das ist ein Fenster. Ich glaube, da müssen Sie keinen Staub wischen. Aber oben, da ist noch sehr viel Schutt, den kannst du noch wegräumen. Gute Mitarbeiter zu kriegen ist echt schwer. Ihr müsst euch nicht mal alles gegenseitig nachmachen. Ah, da ist er.
Oh, it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one then. We better get a move on or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara. Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on Lenegis would have made their move by now. Yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this? You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shion's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing. What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Were it any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before? For now, at least. That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
I heard
Moment.
we are all to meet at the castle
Das
entrance.
Feuerschwert ruht in ihr. Was habe ich denn auf dem Rücken? Na gut, lassen wir mal so stehen.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with.
Oh.
I was just about to ask him what that problem is.
All right, then. Well, tell
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Where are your rations?
I did.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Then what's the problem?
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly.
Oh, right. I forgot. So you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Oh Mann.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
Oh, können wir denn bitte ins Wasser
What's
stoßen?
that supposed to mean?
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Wait, if you're not eating them,
Bringing them into the castle.
what? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I was afraid that something like this... The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills. But not every...
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so, that's a serious problem.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
It seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a
So,
reflex that was quite literal.
welcher von diesen wunderbaren Angestellten war es?
Undoing it will take some time.
I know it's not their fault they're like that, but it's still irritating to deal with.
Gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point. But
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Irgendwo müssen wir ja wohl hingehen. Moment, da war der eine ein. Wie kann ich das wieder anders kommen? So, jetzt im Schloss nach dem suchen, ne? Das war das. Tut. Nee. War das wo war das jetzt? Doch. Ja, richtig. Das ist jetzt diese Gruppe zu werden. Ja. Ah.
Very well.
Well,
Hey. Pardon me.
Geil. In Action.
You guys not realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. You must think we're just damning from the town.
whatever's going on, these are Volrun soldiers. Watch yourselves.
Flame inside me, yours will be let free. Raining slap!
Leave the charges to me. Denied.
No.
Escape! Pierce! Megasonic thrust! Blow away! Raining... Can't get out of this! You're mine!
Leave the enemy target to me.
Place here!
Wieso ist die jetzt unten?
Raining flame inside me, yours to be let free!
Das muss ich auf jeden Fall nochmal abändern.
Yeah.
Hey. You don't say.
Well...
Well? How?
Oh, wow!
So then,
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you,
Ja,
dude.
gut.
actually, they were abiding
So, gucken muss ich jetzt mal passen. Ja. Nur für dich. Oder ich will mit der spielen. So. Das hat
in
hier schon an.
hierarchy.
Ja, das haben wir noch falsch rum.
Not me personally.
Well, either way, solve the problem, and that's what counts.
Whew. I don't sense any more enemies. Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
Da dürfte das nächste Interessantes sein.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renin cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me. But my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue. I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renins tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Geneth Heros is unlike Menencia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renins here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die! Every last one of them! I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies. Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen. But treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, But we need to take this one battle at a time.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done
Noch
just
mehr
yet.
Probleme,
I
kann ich
want
nicht
you
einfach
all to
weiter.
stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can... be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
I think Hodel senses something.
Also Nebenkreis, geil.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference. I propose we...
Well... Hey! Got it!
Huh?
So, von woher kam ich jetzt? Da ist es oben. Dann muss ich da hin.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Haros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shion?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Oh, ich darf Geld ausgeben, geil. So. Was hast du Schönes zu verkaufen? Geil. Neue Rüstung. Wie? Eins ist besser? Jo. Ja, wenn du mal kein Geld verdienen willst, dann nicht. So. Na, ich will zum Schmied. So, alter Mann. Boah. Plus 203 Schaden. Alter. Oh, alles klar. Das ist gar nicht schlecht. Ne? Sieht besser aus. Ah. Also sowas anderes habe ich. Dieses Schwert sagt die Sünden der Welt. Also das war passt doch. Das ist mit Feuerart. Nein, ich nehme das. Ich kann es gar nicht. Nein. Ach, schon wieder blöd. Hab ich nicht drauf geachtet. Oh, ich brauch... Kann ich das bei dem kaufen? Ist die Frage. Nee, was? Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott. Mystisch, okay. Ich gucke mal, wo was wird. Das wäre natürlich nice. Kaufen. Nein. Tofu. Nee, das. Nee. Verkauft ja gar nicht. Okay, dann muss ich mir das durchs Hauptschlag anhören. Wird gut. Ja, komm. Für die 14 Minuten. Das ist gut. So. Das kann ich aber sagen. Das wird nicht. Gut, dann nehme ich das. Geil. Was da irgendwas? Oh ne, das sind meine alten Waffen. Auch alles nicht möglich. Naja, soll ich gleich gucken. Oh ja. Jo, so geil. Auf jeden Fall. Ja, verkaufen. Ups. Super.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
So, Zubehör. Du kannst einen Bonuseffekt auf ein Zubehör übertragen, indem du ein anderes opferst. Okay, das ist durchgegangen. Das ist ja nur möglich, wenn das geopferte Zubehör seinen Höchstlevel erreicht hat. Boah. Okay. Ich habe ein Höchstlevel, oder? Ja, ich das jetzt mache, ja. Sollen wir aufwerten? Ja, wir werten das nochmal auf. Kann ich gar nicht. Was haben wir hier noch? Alles gut soweit. Das reicht jetzt auch. Mal an, was hier los ist. Oh, beschleppt einer.
No way. Alright.
Ja, ich überbringe die Nachricht. Ja, dein Sohn ist tot.
Having to inform her mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
So, noch ein Nebenquest. Was will der denn schon?
Oh, hey!
Seriously?
Well...
Ja, und was für ein Problem vielleicht?
That's just...
I guess...
Yeah.
Oh, habe ich sogar.
Yeah!
Oh?
Oh, wow!
Hey.
All right!
Sehr schön. Direkt abgeschlossen.
I wasn't expecting a thank you for that.
Maybe socializing with people is helping...
Da habe ich jetzt ein paar Streams verloren. Was soll das? Noch eine.
to jog his memory bit by bit. You did good, Law.
Thanks. Huh?
Oh, die Lache.
Well, yeah.
No way.
Huh?
Ja, ist ein bisschen durch.
Got it.
Ich greife mich da sowieso automatisch an. Nein, nicht aktiv machen bitte, danke.
Boomy, boomy.
stuck on that too?
No,
Da war
really.
der
I
Ton,
kind of
ne?
see where
Ja.
they're coming from.
Are you okay with anything as long as it's round and flies?
So, wo geht's denn jetzt hin? Ich will doch nur weiter aus der Stadt
Okay,
raus.
off we go.
Okay.
Judging
Ach,
by
da.
the stench,
Da ist
I'd
ein
say the
Nebenquest.
animals at the...
Ach ja, ich muss ja zur Mutter. Ups. Nein, das will ich schon jetzt
The
gar nicht.
rancher
Das
all
kann ich auch
grown
hinten
now.
noch machen. Ja, moin.
Let's see what you've got.
Armor won't save you!
This one's mine!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Now I'm in the groove!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Not a chance.
Wie das ausgewählt.
Yeah, and the leveling to me!
Leave the chargers to me! Far enough!
Lunar corruption!
So.
Easy peasy, huh, Hoodle?
Da hinten muss ich hin. Ach, das sehe ich schon, hier ist gar nicht auf der runter. Naja, Leute, für euch wollte ich jetzt eigentlich nicht. Danke fürs Bild das. Pfeffer.
Ow! Take this! Raining blood! Does it hurt? Megasonic blood! The flame inside me, yours!
Is that statue wielding art? Now I've seen everything. Art
Pesky
steal!
airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
My turn! Here I come!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off!
In a bind?
Lunar corruption!
No escape!
Pieces! Attack time!
Here!
Do it! Astral energy! Full throttle!
We're in good form!
Ah, da bin ich
You
jetzt
can
schon.
tell it's tough just looking at it.
Yeah, it'd probably mess us up good.
Ja, guten Abend. Na du? Lass mir mal diese was über.
I hope I live long enough to regret this.
It's a jewel of the art.
Eat this!
Nicht angreifen, danke.
Go for the weak point!
Der mehr Leben als das vorhin?
Denied!
It's wide open!
It won't escape me.
What's this? Seismic
That's my cue.
Shut him down! It's over! Down from the wind! Megasonic shot!
No, das war Glück von mir.
Back into the fray! Here goes! Confiscated!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Eat this!
Auf die Fresse.
I can carve through walls.
Take this!
No further.
Lass mal gleich liegen.
Now you're talking.
Graviton field!
Starter!
Mega ray!
I'm on it!
Alright.
Far enough!
You're mine!
Another incantation ruined.
Throw away!
Primed and ready! This one's mine!
Swallow dance.
Burn!
Rip and tear.
Here!
Burning strike! Water! Here's my
Wäre das irgendwie noch mehr? Hey, hallo.
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
I'm just getting started.
Blow away! Sword right out! Try this!
Drauf, drauf.
In a bind. Now I never miss. Far enough. I'm on. Here I come. Ignite. Annihilation. Lightning. Ready to go.
Au, 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 au.
I'm on a roll now. Not on my watch. Sword Ring Arrow Punch. Here you go. I feel like me again. Thanks. Air pressure. Sword Ring Alpha. Rending you apart.
Hallo, ich muss auf meinen Attack aufladen. Voll. Boah, was? Nein, nicht. Okay, ich hab's gelegen, Gott, Gott. Los, Spion, leg mich. Danke.
In a bind. Lunar corruption. Storm. 7-9 Alpha. Sword Ring Alpha. This one's mine. Here goes. Can't be happening.
Ey, ich bin schon wieder tot, das habe ich noch mitgekriegt. Du machst das gleiche Gameplay drauf. Oder auch ein bisschen spät. Leon.
Here's a healing arc. Okay, here I go. Here's our call. I'm on it. I'll bring you back from death. Far enough. I'll bring you back from death to this. Almost. This one's all mine.
Die voll nicht.
I'm just getting scared. What the? Stay away from my friend.
Ey, dieser Zwischengegner, Zwischengegner, der ist stärker als der Boss vorhin, ey. Und, oh. Sag jetzt nicht, ja. Ich muss jetzt wirklich mein Item einsetzen. Ich hab nur noch eins. Ups. Das ist stärker als der Boss. Geil.
Scarlet Inferno! Megasonic thrust! Flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
Nein, nicht schon wieder.
Megasonic thrust! Can you take it? In a bind?
Ach, ihn endlich fertig. Das kann nicht wahr sein, dass dieser kleine Pissgegner so stark geht doch. Ach so, der ist noch alle tot, war klar. Hätte ich mal eher gemacht. So. Geschafft. Gestatte Bericht. Ja gut. Machen wir das. Aber da gehe ich immer schneller weiter. Warte mal, da war Gasthaus, das war hier vorne. Gut. Mein Gott, war das ein Kampf. Oder ich war fast zu schlecht. Das war wahrscheinlich auch sehr gut möglich. So, da ist die Bekloppte, ne? Ah. Hab was für dich. Falsche. Falsche Quest. Wem sollte ich denn das nochmal bringen? Nebenquest. Okay, da ist das. Stelle den Kundenbericht. Ja, was? Oh egal. Erstmal heilen, ganz schnell.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Nein, kochen nicht. Wie vielen Leuten muss ich bitte helfen? Ja, ein bisschen viel reicht. Dann geht man nur nach oben wieder.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Ja, wo? Ja, heute los, mach ich bemerkbar.
Yeah.
Ja, nein, hat mir gar nicht wehgetan. Quatsch. Okay, du übst dich, ne? Kleiner Mann.
Seriously?
Hey!
Boah, das kommt aber richtig money. Blitzprinzessin. Schön. Ah, hier ist die jetzt. Hoffe ich.
Sorry.
Yes.
All right.
Oh Mann, ist das hart.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every app.
Jetzt muss ich wieder zu... Oh Mann. Nein. Ich fordere gar nicht. Was muss ich da wieder hin? Außerhalb war das nicht, ne? Ich hoffe, ich bin dann richtig hier.
Of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but...
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
Halt,
That's a
haben wir
little
geflogen?
concerning. There's Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Yes.
What?
I'm afraid not.
I'm sorry.
Rinwell.
Huh?
Phew.
Das ist die... Oh, ihr Sohn ist tot. Jetzt steht da dem, was ihre Sache ist, so wirklich. Und die streiten sich gerade um. Oh.
Good.
Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressed.
Ich drück immer falsch. So, Gasthaus habe ich gelesen. Geil, ein Keller.
Sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it, you knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. Start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend...
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the Resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
You're welcome.
What?
What's that noise?
Alphen, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Ein Raumschiff.
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy?
Ja,
But
mit
that...
Planeten.
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
Oh,
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif too. You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelagian.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganeth Heros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cislodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge...
Where are these Forland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lobtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
ja. Ja, das war ein logisches Statement. Schöne Reise.
Judging by the stench...
So, sehen wir, was wir Ein bisschen skillen. Was haben wir denn da? Geil. $1500. Dann ich mal meine Gruppe ab oder lasse ich es? Ich glaube, ich hätte mal Bock mit denen zu zocken. So.
I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Nee, jetzt nicht schon wieder. Ui. Bitte nicht, danke schön.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Na, kannst du nicht.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms, and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free. I knew you were stubborn. You don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Wie? Nochmal?
You picked the wrong fight.
Ey, wie schnell mache ich das denn auf?
Now's our chance.
An astral art?
That's my field.
Shut him down!
Far enough!
Suddenly! In an instant! Impact block!
Ready.
My turn! Strike!
Here I go. Raging tornado.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
That firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
So. Für mich ist es heute jetzt gewesen. Es war schon wieder reichlich spät. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, hinterlasst doch ein Follow auf Twitch. Oder wenn ihr es auf YouTube seht, würde es mich sehr freuen, wenn ihr ein Abo da lassen würdet. Tut euch nicht weh, macht euch nicht viel Arbeit, aber würde mich unheimlich freuen und sehr unterstützen. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis demnächst. Tschüss.